Alright, here's more on this convent I was just in. It was built in 1640, and it's attributed to Mansart. I guess it's the Mansart guy, I don't know. Apparente, who was related to one of the nuns. And this was for the education of children at the request of Saint Vincent de Paul, Anne of Austria, and the young Louis XIV stayed here in 1652 during La Fronde. I don't remember what La Fronde is. It became national in 1793. First French Revolution. The convent was converted into like a storehouse, stocking things for Paris. Oh, c'est bon, vous pouvez, c'est pas grave. They weren't going to cut off my view. That was nice of them. And as was one part of the big buildings, the rest was transformed into apartments. This big door, Louis XVII, 17th century, dominates the facade. And the half moon was to facilitate the maneuvers of carriages, and they decided to keep it here. Also, it had to do with, as I said in an earlier clip, this was a fortified medieval city, and it still had fortified aspects to it pretty much all along through history. It's all old and grungy, but they try to keep things as long as they can. Some of them, of course, get designated landmarks, so they can't be changed at all, at least not without a lot of hassle, which everybody grumbles about, but it's probably a good thing. Yeah, I'm looking for Rue Moreau, and if my memory serves correctly, that's the same as this, Rue des Ursulines, named for this convent, old convent. I don't know why the name changes on the street. A lot of Paris is like that. It can be really hard to find your way around. You know, the streets aren't numbered or anything. There's no real sense to them except for what Haussmann did, which I've never really understood, the big star pattern in Paris or whatever. This is a very typical Paris sky. It's very gray. My eyes are very sensitive, so it doesn't bother me. I understand Woody Allen likes it too. He hates to leave Manhattan, so whenever he has to go to Europe, he tries to start with Paris because he finds it less shocking to his senses, sensibilities, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, we don't have blue skies here very often, and the weather's very changeable. So if it looks like a great morning, you know, don't necessarily plan your picnic, you know, because the weather is surely not going to hold out. But on the other hand, if it is raining, you might be able to have that picnic later. Sometimes I think that that's one of the reasons they have so many cafes here, is because it's really not worth it. If it starts to rain, just duck inside and get something to drink for 20 minutes or something. The rain will probably pass. It doesn't rain here for days and days the way it used to in New York City, or for weeks and weeks the way it used to in Cleveland, Ohio, where I come from. Let's see if I can find number 5. Alright, now this is number 27. Okay, so I'm still on Rue des Ursulines. But here, at Rue Catulienne, there's a nice old house there. See, the world's first industrial zone, the street changes. Here it becomes Rue Moreau. The world's first industrial zone was in Saint-Denis. So a lot of these old houses you see back here on these streets, these were the fine homes of the factory owners. There are still a lot of vestiges of all that left in Saint-Denis. It's pretty interesting. Alright, number 3. Well, I guess it must be in the building next to it. Probably on this side of the street. Oh, my underpants are falling down. Ooh. Alright, I think this is where I want to go. Okay.